I wanna be in a scrap and rock and roll band, write songs that are super hot. You understand, playing nothing but underground shows. I just don't know.
Hello, this is Feminine Features. The main purpose of this show is to discuss chick flicks. I'm Ann Sully Sullivan.
I'm Jenna Morrissey.
I'm Windsor Jewell.
And this week we saw Tall Girl 2. Yeah! This is the first time Feminine Features has covered a movie and its sequel. Is that true? That is 100% true. We've done one sequel and it was what? Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. So it was actually the 5th installment to the franchise.
Yes,
correct. Okay. Well, so this is our first time doing an entire franchise. Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Huge.
Historic.
Yes.
Historic.
So historic. In order for you to enjoy and understand this podcast, we recommend that you watch before listening. But if you haven't, here's Jenna with some background and a brief synopsis.
Folks, we all saw Tall Girl.
Masterpiece.
We all loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to come back and do the sequel.
Yep.
We had to see what happened to the characters we love so much. So this is the 2022 Netflix film sequel to the 2019 Tall Girl. This came out 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry, guys. The time jump in the movie is only 3 months.
Because it involves exchange students, they can't just do the next school year.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure that is the only reason.
Although, honestly, Stieg did not need to be there.
No, but his sister did. So
Yeah, of course, there is another tall
Did
girl. That's
she?
why it's Tall Girl.
I mean, I guess.
Tall Girl TOO.
yeah, you keep saying that, but it's like not a part of the movie that
No.
she is also tall.
But there is another tall girl.
There is another tall
She's
girl.
the tall girl too.
She's the tall girl too.
Yeah.
As in
Tall Girl too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new director this time around. This was directed by Emily Ting. Nzinga Stewart was an executive producer on this one. Her name is still in the credits.
Good.
And this was written by, once again, Sam Wolfson, who actually makes an appearance in this film. Did you catch it?
No.
He's the store clerk at the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah.
God,
They-
what an awful opening.
That
to
they're
a
telling
movie.
the plot of Tall Girl 1 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
And what was the question part? Ew. Sorry, cringe. Sorry. This movie's a lot more cringe than the first one. No. I take that back.
Yeah.
The first is so cringe.
it seems like the general consensus is this is the better movie.
I have to disagree.
Like the internet, even the Wikipedia page says it is generally viewed as better than the first one.
Okay.
Well, we have
Okay.
a dissident voice.
We
don't
do.
all have to bow down to Wikipedia's
No.
summations.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into the cast. I mean, we just met all of them a few weeks back, but to refresh our memory, we have Ava Michelle as Jodie Crayman, the tall girl.
Woo.
My girl Ava from Dance Moms. Then we have Sabrina Carpenter as Harper Crayman.
Woo!
Yeah.
Looking great, looking very much like Sabrina Carpenter before her espresso era in this. And second billing.
Mm-hmm.
Also her last movie. Next up, we have Griffin Gluck, once again, as Jack Dunkelman, our man Dunkers.
Dunkers.
And then we once again have Luke Eisner, no relation, as Stieg Molin.
Yeah.
Next up is Angelica Washington as Farida Marks.
Yeah.
Farida, she's back, baby, and better than ever.
It's true.
Next up, we have Rico Paris as our favorite guy, Schnipper. Schnipper's back, and he's got a little story of his own going on in the background of this movie.
There's a Schnipper subplot.
There's a Schnipper
A
subplot.
little schnip.
Next up, we have Joanna Liao, I'm so sorry, as Stella Molin, Stieg's sister. Then we have Clara Wilsey as Kimmy Stitcher, the mean girl. Once again, we have Steve Zahn and Angela Kinsey as Richie and Helene Crayman, the parents.
All-star cast in this house.
Mm-hmm. Then we have Jan Luis Castellanos as Tommy Torres. He is a part of the theater club. He will be brought up. And then last, we have Chris Wilde as Corey Dunkelman. Now, we didn't bring this up in the last episode. We forgot about it. There was so much to talk about. But in Tall Girl 1, we meet Dunkelman's mother.
We
Yeah.
did too bring this up. We had a whole discussion.
Did we?
Yeah. We were like, where's the dad?
But I thought that was before we hit record.
Maybe.
I think it was because I love our Tall Girl episode. I watched it through like more than once.
Whoa.
So chime in the
Super
comments.
fan of
Let
it.
us know if we've had this conversation already. But Tall Girl 1 makes it seem like Dunkelman has a single mother who is black.
Yep.
And
I'm sure we talked about this.
I mean, I hope so
Yeah.
because we were like, oh, cool. But then his dad shows up in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's a single father who is white.
They do mention that
Yeah.
mom is like away on a business trip,
Yeah.
but in the last movie, they never refer to dad.
Yeah.
So I thought he was in a single parent household.
Very odd though to just be like, and the other parent's not in this.
They
like,
got
either.
the exchange student as a surprise to Dunkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dad wasn't even home to welcome him.
No.
Right. Sometimes you got to do stuff, so I get it, but yeah, odd.
Just
To have
odd.
one parent in one movie, one parent in the other, and have like no plot points about that being the case.
Right.
It's delightful. It's as if the audience of Tall Girl 2 is not expected to have seen Tall Girl 1, even though we know that's definitely not the case because it's highly referential
Extremely.
to the
They're
first film.
very true to the lore of the first film, which I have written in What This Means to Me as something I greatly appreciate.
Yes, but also they spend the first 5 minutes of the movie summarizing the first movie.
Yes.
So like they are expecting that you haven't seen the first one.
Yeah. I mean, you just really don't have to watch the first one because you see at least 10 minutes of it in this one.
Yeah. Well, they, have to recap the movie. It's been 3 years.
Sure.
True.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I guess.
So I guess they expect nobody's thinking about Dunkelman's mom.
But we
I
are.
don't think you do
She's
need to
missing.
recap the movie. You just usually
Most sequels actually opt not to.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
So what I have written for the summary is, remember Tall Girl from a few weeks ago?
She's back.
She's back.
She's taller than the average girl.
As I mentioned earlier, only 3 months have passed since the end of Tall Girl 1. And this starts, as we have mentioned, with Jodie and Dunkers explaining the whole plot of the first movie to the store clerk, aka Sam Wolfson,
Writer of Tall Girl.
because they are buying him a backpack after he broke his milk crate. No more milk crate. I know you guys are
and
upset.
We're all big fans of the milk
We
crate
were all
that
big
he
fans of the
steps
milk
on
crate.
to kiss her at the end of the movie. He
I-
carries throughout the entire film.
And uses for almost 3 months to kiss her every single time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they loved it.
Is he standing on that while they're having like long makeout sessions?
Yeah.
Because that's insane.
Well, like you don't like make out standing up that much, but
yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
They
I don't
do.
know. They're in high
It's-
school.
it's
I
what
got
works.
the
Yeah.
lockers
It's what works for them.
in the stairwell. Well, wait, hey, wait a minute.
On
I think I got a
stair.
solution.
Oh, the stairs.
Yeah. Duh.
All right. So we then see our 4 main characters, Jodie, Dunkers, Stieg, and Farida. Yes, Farida, one of the 4 main characters.
Yes.
Of course.
At school.
She's Jodie's best friend. Of course she's going to be a major character.
Of course she's going to be a major
Why would you even
character.
make a movie where she would barely be involved at all?
Beats me. So Jodie signs up to audition for Bye Bye Birdie, and Dunkers and Farida pop open apple cider in the middle of the hall to celebrate. And we learn that they have all, minus Jodie, been icing out Stieg for the last 3 months.
And he's only been in the U.S. for 3 months and 1 week.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what I gotta stop and we talk about. So he showed up, dad not there, surprise to his peer.
Yeah.
His
His brother, Dunkers.
His brother that he's sharing full-sized bunk beds with.
Yeah, that he's sharing a room with, and has like 1 week of being super popular, feeling super awesome, and then is like #1 persona non grata at the school for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Actually, we had a foreign exchange student kind of do that kind of thing.
Ugh, that's awful.
Maybe I'll talk about that.
Oh, I would love to hear about it.
Sure.
So, Jodie ends up getting the lead in the musical, which is Kim really the female lead of Bye Bye Birdie? We'll get into it. And Kimmy is her understudy, and Kimmy is obviously pissed about this. Jody learns that she got the lead at a family dinner where Harper announces that she got a job in LA and she has to move there. And that's kind of her whole, I don't know, Harper's whole subplot in this movie is like she's sad about moving.
Yeah.
That night, Jody starts to have negative thoughts.
Dun,
We
dun, dun.
hear them, and it's hard to describe the way, like, Ava Michelle's acting is fine in Tall Girl and in Tall Girl 2.
Yeah.
Her voice acting as her inner saboteur leaves something to be desired.
It's a different discipline.
If you ask me.
Yeah, well, when we watched it right after we recorded our Tall Girl 1
we
episode,
stopped recording Windsor Left and we immediately put on Tall Girl 2.
Yeah, I said, "Who's doing the voice acting for her inner monologue?" And you said, "Ava is."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Sounds like a different person entirely."
Well, Windsor thinks it should be a different person entirely, a la an Eartha Kitt.
Yeah, my number one suggestion was
Ooh.
Eartha Kitt, but obviously she's dead, so that's impossible.
They
But-
got impersonators.
Yeah, I just think something like
crazy.
that. Because they actually have a whole scene with Sabrina Carpenter where she says, "I've been having negative thoughts," and it's like I'm talking to myself and saying negative things.
Mm-hmm.
And so they explain the whole concept.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "I'll a big mouth. Why don't we just get another actor in here to be the voice?"
Just bring in the hormone monster.
Bring in the hormone monster.
It's Netflix property. You could do it.
Oh my God,
Oh,
get
literally.
Maury in Tall Girl.
Just
Oh, that'd be
literally.
fucked up.
He'd be like, "Oh my God, can you imagine the things he'd say about Dunker?"
Oh my God, crossover of a lifetime. Nick Kroll, Sam Wolfson, get on the fucking phone right now. My other thing about the negative thoughts is that it seems like this is the first time this has ever happened to her, despite the entire plot of the first movie.
Yeah, none of that
Yeah.
was a confidence or anxiety issue.
Yeah,
That was just all discrimination.
we'll get into that when we get into the theme where I'm like, huh?
Yeah. And the thoughts continue during her first week of rehearsals where she spills something on the piano and it stops working and she kicks someone in the face while dancing because her limbs are just
legs
so,
are so
long.
long.
They tried to put me on the cover of Vogue, but my legs were too long. It's Naomi Smalls' Drag Race song.
Of course.
Yes. Meanwhile, Kimmy and Schnipper have a friend breakup because Schnipper thinks that she's too mean to Jody, and he hasn't stopped thinking about her since they made out in the escape room in the last movie.
He schnips her.
Maybe that's why they call him Shipper, because he goes through, cuts people off.
He's a schnipper.
But he doesn't cut her off. He is still staying around her because he wants to see her grow and change.
Wow.
That's
It's so weird. He seems like he's about to kill her every scene that he has in this movie with her.
I don't think so.
I don't think
After
he
the
does.
first couple of scenes,
He's very empathetic.
he's very empathetic, and then he just gets kind of intense.
I think he's like too empathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's feeling what Jody is feeling.
Yeah.
So then Dunkers burns his turducken that he is
Yes.
cooking for his and Jody's anniversary dinner. And Stieg saves the day by cooking a meal and waiting on them like it's a restaurant.
Or because he wanted to be involved.
That was my guess.
Let's all watch Oklahoma and have cozy time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought
Absolutely.
that Stieg was inserting himself at least sexually into the scenario
Mm-hmm.
by dressing up as a waiter and waiting on them hand and foot for their
He had
anniversary
the
dinner.
outfit on.
I when he was coming back out in that thing without the jacket, just the suspenders on. That's what I'm saying. If there had not been this little tiff.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So he doesn't actually save the day because Jody starts having her negative thoughts again. And she's zoning out while Dunkers is talking. And he says that she can leave. So she starts to go, but then he gets all offended and it's a whole thing. And they don't talk for a week.
Bitch boy.
They don't talk for a week. And when they do talk, it is mediated by Stieg and Farida. And they break up.
What?
in the middle of the
What?
cafeteria.
What?
Dunker's like yelling about it. It's super cool and chill. However, this breakup is interrupted by Dunker Sr., as I have written, his father, who is in his car outside of school, and we see a familiar scene. Steeg's sister Stella sits up in the passenger seat, just like Steeg did in the last one.
Surprise.
Dunker's parents invited her because literally no one has talked to Steeg in 3 months.
Yeah.
And they feel so bad. They're like, we gotta get a sister
The
over
sister's
here.
in on like suicide watch.
Yeah.
Like the Swedish consulate's like worried.
So, Jody and Dunker's relationship, even though they've broken up, it continues to deteriorate when Jody confesses to him that she kissed Tommy, her co-star, in Bye Bye Birdie. They like went out and had a little romantic night, and they rehearsed their dance, and they kissed at the end of it.
They probably got to kiss a lot. It's Bye Bye Birdie. The whole thing's about a kiss.
It's true, yeah. Yes.
But yeah, this was a romantic kiss.
I have so much to say about the Bye Bye Birdie use in this movie.
Yeah, I know you're pissed.
I'm just confused. So this makes, this confession makes Dunkers throw out all of the things that remind him of Jody, except for the camera she got him, which he uses to take pictures of him and Stella to post on Instagram to try and make Jody and also her ex, Ingvar Kruger, who we know from
the
Tall
first
Girl
film.
1, jealous. And it works on Jody for the most part. And we also see that Dunkers, it seems like she thinks they are together.
Yes.
She never explicitly says it, but it feels implied.
You know, I know that is what this movie intends.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ava's acting sells it at all.
The movie
That's fair.
seems to be purposely avoiding the topic.
Yeah.
In a way that is bizarre.
Yeah, I agree. But in this sequence, we see that Dunker's Instagram handle is Uptown Dunk 504. I think it's 504.
And that is mostly why critics cite this is the better film.
Uptown Dunk.
Uptown
Absolutely.
Dunk is often quoted as that's what leans the lever.
Mm-hmm. So that Saturday is Farida's birthday, but it is also the theater club tradition of going to the park to burn things that are holding you back, you know.
Yeah, the public park.
The public park where teenagers gather to burn things that like plastic and polyester and
shoes.
asbestos.
It's a weird combo of things to burn, yeah.
So Jody throws the heels from the last movie into the fire, but she immediately regrets it. And who helps her fish them out but Kimmy? And Schnipper's looking on like, wow, maybe she has changed. So then she shows up really late to Farida's birthday, like 30 seconds after Farida and Steeg kiss.
What?
Woo!
What?
Who saw that coming?
Our two favorite
one.
characters?
Our two favorite characters, Steeg and Farida. But they don't tell her at this point. And in the car ride home with her parents, Jody has a panic attack. And that's all I wrote about this scene because the panic attack scene pissed me the fuck off. Just as someone who has panic attacks, I was like, oh my God, if my mom was saying that to me, I would be so annoyed.
Yeah.
Breathe. You're okay. This is temporary.
Just repeat after me. I'd be like, leave me alone. My God. So at the pre-opening night party, which is on a boat, don't worry, there's also a post-opening night party. I kind of got the impression that the pre-opening night party happened like before they went and got into costumes and did the show, but it's got to be the day before.
Yeah.
Are they bookending opening night with a pre-party and a post-party?
Why not?
All I could do seeing pre-opening night party on a boat was laugh.
Ruby Bridges High School has money.
Ruby Bridges, which simply must be a public high school.
We know it's not a charter.
It must be a public high school.
It has to be a public high school.
Bank for the pre-opening night party, not even the post-show.
Yeah,
They're
right.
not even waiting for reviews.
And it's crazy because they don't even have all of the rights to Bye Bye Birdie. They only have a selection of songs
That they do in a random order.
that they do in a random order. So, at this
party, Jody tells Farida that it's okay to date Steeg because Farida was very worried about girl code. She was like, oh no, my best friend used to like you. And my favorite line in the movie is Steeg going, I'm sorry, I wasn't up to date on the codes. I love that line. He's like so scandalized that kissing her may somehow put her relationship with Jody in jeopardy.
He's a good guy.
He's a good
He's a
guy.
good guy.
But yeah, Jody's like, whatever, that's totally fine. And then her and Dunkers are having a chat, but they are interrupted by Stella, who has Ingvar Kruger on FaceTime, of course, and Dunkers gets real bisexual with it when he sees
He goes, "Whoa, wow."
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Who? So good. So then it is opening night, and Jody starts to have a panic attack backstage. But of all the people to help break her out of it, it's Kimmy. She's having this panic attack, and she tells Kimmy about it, and Kimmy's like, yeah, I have this too. And Jody's like, what? You have panic attacks too? And Kimmy goes, yeah, I'm a 17-year-old on the planet Earth. Of course I have panic attacks. And I was
Kimmy.
like, queen.
She's the only real one.
She's the only real one for some reason. And yeah, Jody's whole conflict in this movie annoys me because she's like, no one else has ever struggled the way I do. Which was her problem in the last one too.
Yeah.
But I know we'll get into it. Mm-hmm. So she goes out and she does the show, and she has only one moment of, I counted it, 18 seconds of dead silence and no movement on the stage while she's having these negative thoughts. Then the show ends, and she's playing Kim, and Tommy's playing Conrad, and they have the only leads bout in these movies, in the musical. Again, I repeat, Kim and Conrad are not the main romantic couple in Bye Bye Birdie. At least I don't think so. But then after the show, Dunkers tells her that he loves her and they make up. And then we go to the big post-opening night party at Jody's beautiful backyard that looks like Troy Bolton's house from High School Musical 3, minus there's like no treehouse there.
Yep.
And everyone dances together, all happy. The end.
The end.
Masterpiece.
Okay. This film is about negative self-talk.
Yes, it is.
Obviously. That's the theme. She says, performing has always been my dream. I just didn't think I could do it until now. And so it's like, okay, yeah, she's working for something. She has something to lose, blah, blah, blah. She's grown from the last movie. She knows that she can pursue her dreams and dance on stage, even though tall people are lanky and bad at coordination and may kick a fellow cast member in the face. Who knows? All of these. What?
It's a height of society.
This girl can dance.
I know.
It is Ava Michelle from Dance Moms.
Yes.
And the dances that they give her,
Oh, it's criminal.
it's upsetting. Like, all the ensemble gets to do aerials. She can do that too. Let her do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, her anxiety starts because Dunkers says a night that will change your whole life, which is a lot of pressure and simply not what will happen with a High School Musical.
Yeah, I agree. Her parents are talking about her like auditioning for Juilliard.
I know.
She's a junior in high school. This is the first production she's ever worked on.
Yeah.
I'm like, they are putting a lot of pressure on her.
Mm-hmm. It's true. They are. And you know, teenagers do tend to blow up the importance of things.
Mm-hmm.
So it all makes sense. But yeah, I mean, mostly she is going from being invisible or trying to be invisible to being really out there taking the spotlight and like having this big change of going from no expectations to like having a lot of expectations. I think that can be a reasonable place from these panic attacks, negative self-talk to come from, because you're right. It was not present in the first movie, even though she is really down on herself in the first movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at one point Dunker says, now you're going out there risking failure and humiliation. Whoa.
Whoa.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah. Well, she's never
That's
been
how I like to
popular
talk to
before.
people.
Yes, it's true. And now it's, hey, Mikey. You know,
Jody.
like popular people are like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, him railing against the popular people is a real scary moment from Dunkers.
He's such a bitch boy.
He's such a bitch boy, and I think frankly that's the polite phrase to use.
Yeah. I later down in my note I have manipulative cuck asshole. So
See, that, I was thinking more down those lines.
Yeah.
That was more the level of attack I was looking.
yeah, but
Manipulative cuck asshole. Yeah, that seems about right.
we'll get there. We'll get to Dunkers. But yeah, her parents even admit we've put way too much pressure on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, her negative self-talk, it sounds like you don't deserve this part. You're way out of your league, and they all know it. Once you bomb, he'll say, bye-bye, Jody.
Bye, Jody.
Wow.
It's like an old-timey
And
movie
just, like,
review.
The way in which she is delivering these lines and like the weird sing-songy voice.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Ava, I love you. Girl, I love you. I hated that.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to do something a little surreal. They give it as much runway as humanly possible, and it's like you almost want them to go further.
Yeah.
you
And
know?
then at the end, when she, turns down the volume on her thoughts start going, hey, are you listening to me? And
Yeah.
I'm like, when you're thinking to yourself like that.
Totally.
Yeah, and it feels like the difference isn't obvious. It's like there's just so much more you could do with something so straightforward and surreal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
It's a lot of acting also to put on Ava
Mm-hmm.
in a very unique type situation. I'm sure they didn't have the longest, most involved recording sessions.
Probably not.
no. Yeah. I mean, I think they gave her a direction, and I think she took it well, and they probably should have said, yeah, a little less of that. Let's try something else. You
Yeah,
know?
we just could have done a couple more takes.
Mhm.
I think had we worked on it maybe 48 more hours, we could have found something.
Sure. Or again, a bigger swing.
Mm-hmm.
Something
Yeah.
more dramatic, either giving her like a really anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think they're telling her, like, be a mean girl in your own head.
Yeah.
And, like, that's not really how my self-negative talk. I'm like, you fucking idiot. Which
Yeah,
isn't,
right.
like, a mean girl. If any, it's like an older sister, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I was
don't know.
thinking like it could be cool if it was Kimmy in her head, but it wouldn't make sense by the end of the movie because Kimmy's being so nice.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about Kim, and I was like, oh, wow. That'd be really
Like the character
like the
of
character
Kim
of
McAfee?
Kim? Huh. But I don't think that would make sense. But I like where your head's at.
Kim
Jenna. You're taking
McAfee,
swings.
I don't think has enough characterization to be used as just a voice and identified as Kim McAfee.
I agree. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. But yeah, the mean girl in her head makes kind of a lot of sense.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, at one point, Sabrina, she's talking about that negative voice in your head, the one that tells you you're a fraud and all the wonderful things happening in your life aren't because you're talented or smart. It's just because you're lucky.
So we learned Sabrina Carpenter also has negative self-thoughts,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but not panic attacks.
No.
Yes, correct.
Because during the panic attack scene, her mom, makes her repeat after her and take one sip of water. And she's like, wow, I feel so much better. How did you know what to do? And Angela from The Office is like, well, I've been backstage at so many beauty pageants and so many other girls had panic attacks. I learned some tips in case Harper ever had one. I was like, what? Like, sure, I get the line of logic here.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I think it's weird to imply that Harper's never had a panic attack.
There's a lot of clunky dialogue.
It's just
like that,
clunky.
sitting around the sucker.
and then Steve Zahn has some line after that being like, how could you not have panic attacks with parents like us? And it's like, why don't you change as a person? If that is your take on this situation.
Yeah, you
Like,
see
what?
You're like mistakes laid bare.
I mean, I think he's just trying to lighten the mood. Like,
Yeah.
I think parents are always like, we're so weird. Why do you even deal with us? I don't know. My parents are kind of like that sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. Like, whatever.
Whatever. It's Tall Girl 2.
It certainly is.
You just have to sit back and have a good time.
Is that the tagline?
Yes.
You just gotta let the movie wash over you.
Yep.
You know?
Don't think about it. Anyway, Sabrina says there's no worse bully than the one you've created in your own head. You have to control it, or else it could eventually get worse and control you.
So true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like specifically, there's like this idea about controlling this voice, that they come back to later, and I think we'll come back to that later.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking with Tommy at one point, and he says these experiences just get hardwired in our brain, shapes who we are, how we think.
Yeah, didn't bring it up, but Tommy is able to relate to our tall girl because he is a former fat person. And he's like, yeah, you know, I've struggled too. I was chubby in middle school.
Yeah.
I changed that about myself. You should look into some leg shortening surgery.
Yeah, that's right. He did change it.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot.
Yeah.
I was like,
he is no longer chubby.
Yeah.
I didn't used to be this gorgeous. I used to be disgusting.
Yep.
And I remember what it was like to doubt yourself because I was so revolting. Much like you are today.
Well, also, like, when I hated the part when he burns his Hawaiian shirt and he goes, hey, these used to be cool back in the day. He's the same age as everyone there.
He's the same age as everyone there. And also, like, Hawaiian shirts have been, like, a thing people are wearing recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
in the last 10 years,
In the year
people are wearing
2022.
Hawaiian shirts, and it's not, like, a weird, ugly thing your dad wears on vacation anymore, you know? And Sam Wolfson doesn't know that.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be fat people clothes.
That's all they had in his size.
Yeah.
It's the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Whatever. I just hated that line specifically. It was so weird.
Yep, not a fan of that entire subplot.
Yeah. I mean, I think they were like, everyone gave us so much shit for like being like tall girls a problem. They're like, oh, like, okay, we'll talk about fat phobia. And it's like, okay, well, it's kind of internalized.
Well, at Jodie's audition for the musical, she's become like one of the most popular girls in school because her speech at homecoming from the last movie was such a smash hit with the kids of Ruby Bridges High School.
A strong orator.
To the point where Tommy has memorized it as a monologue.
Yeah. And how do you memorize something that is being said to you out loud? Do you just...
Some people have crazy memories, I guess.
Yeah. So then did you... Yeah.
Pay attention to every word they say.
Yeah, right? I don't know. I thought that was weird too. But at her audition, after she finishes singing, the director like asks her about it, and she's like, you know, some people are like dying and some people are losing their homes. Like, what makes your struggle like that? And she was like, I never said it was like that. And it was like them just defending the premise of the first movie at her musical theater audition for Bye Bye Birdie.
And everybody loves it when you do that.
Yep. It's super fun and comfortable to watch as a viewer who liked the first movie.
Yeah.
Openly responding to criticism in a Q&A type format.
Yes. Yeah.
They didn't respond to my criticism.
It was distasteful.
Yeah. But yeah, they're talking about like rewiring your brain. She says, do you think it's possible for us to, I don't know, rewire our brain so that we don't get those negative thoughts? And then they do the burning ceremony. And yeah, I think that's a interesting way of framing it for kids who do have negative thoughts, is like, yeah, sometimes you do have to just like it, like I do think it's about just like telling yourself, yeah, I do deserve this. And like you do like create those neural pathways so that it's like just easier for you to believe that you're good enough.
That's why people say affirmations work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You just like fake it till you make it, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. So she gets to the end of the movie and she says, I was able to turn the volume down.
Quite literally, as it was drowned out.
Hey, I'm talking here.
Hey, are you listening to me?
So dumb.
That's what my thoughts are like. It's me and they're shouting to get my attention.
Yeah, right. You're just like, what? That's Windsor doesn't have negative self-talk because he doesn't pay enough attention.
Yeah.
True. This is me and they're going shouting like, hey, hey.
Hey, you idiot!
Hey, I'm in here. I'm thinking in here. I'm just like scratching my head.
Somebody say something. Yeah.
So I related to this movie.
Yep. Yeah. So she says, I was good tonight, and if the voice inside my head refuses to tell me that, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna have to tell myself. And I think that was a really good place to end it. Yeah, as cringy and silly as this movie is, I do think it's really good that Netflix has found this niche of like addressing concerns of teenagers.
Yeah.
This is negative self-talk is something teenagers deal with, and it did kind of give you a route of just being like, you just have to keep telling yourself you are good enough, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the only way to deal with it. Farida had kind of an interesting parallel with this.
Yeah, I promised she was the main character and then didn't really bring her up in the summary. There was a lot going on.
Damn. But yeah, she sells her clothes to a store, and then they end up on sale.
Like the clothes she designed.
The clothes
she's a fashion
yes.
designer.
Yeah. And then Stieg buys them and she finds out, and he says, you were losing confidence in yourself. And they don't really go anywhere from there.
They kiss after.
Yeah, but she doesn't. They don't address the confidence issue.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
But like, you kind of just assume like, hey, maybe like she deals with negative self-talk as well, and just sort of believes in herself and puts herself out there, and we'll just keep on doing it.
Yeah, her confidence seems to mostly just be tied into her parents being proud of her. Like she just wants her parents to be proud of her. She seems pretty confident otherwise.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why she was so unaffected in the last movie. She didn't care.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure. Stieg also has kind of a parallel where he is lore drop, not in Cats.
Oh my god. That was when we put on Tall Girl 2 immediately after finishing recording our episode on Tall Girl 1. Windsor had to go to work. I almost called him up immediately when they lore dropped the fact that he was not actually in his high school's production of Cats.
Devastating.
Because he has stage fright. He only told her that to impress her, that he was in his high school production of Cats.
Yeah. And if you're gonna lie, why say Cats?
Why say Cats? And you gotta get specific about the role.
Yeah.
100%. Now that I knew he was lying, why wasn't he just gushing about, Rumbleshanks?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he has stage fright, so Farida tells him the best way to conquer your fear is to just do it. And she drags him on stage for karaoke, and it works. And
ABBA, because he's Swedish.
Yeah, to remind him of home.
Good movie.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I have on themes. Now I want to talk about how Dunkers is a manipulative cuck asshole.
Yeah, he's not a good romantic interest for a movie.
I like them accurately making the movie where Ducky gets the girl, and then making the sequel showing why Ducky should not get the girl.
And then he still gets her at the end.
Well, it's dark. It's not a comedy.
Yeah.
He reminds me of so many little bitch boys from my youth.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know?
Too relatable.
Yeah.
It's almost too relatable.
Yeah. So I think that the parents hate Dunkers and they're trying to break them up. Why else would the parents tell her that relationships are about power?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
that's not that's not good relationship advice.
It depends on the relationship,
I guess if your boyfriend's manipulative, maybe you should have power over him. Perhaps.
Yeah, I didn't really get what the parents were trying to go for in that scene.
I thought it was a really
it's
dark exploration of their marriage.
Yeah, but they seem fine.
And then earlier she was like, I'm so fertile.
Yeah.
right, she did say that. This is a good movie.
This is a good
Makes you
movie.
think.
Like, I know we're talking a lot of smack, but there's so much to chew on and think about here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the parents talking about power is a joke
Yeah.
about
Is it though?
how they have an unhealthy older life view
It's not.
where they are fighting each other every day, and there's this power grasp in the home that keeps their relationship together.
That's not how it's played at all, though.
No,
Angela from The Office says, like, it's all about who has the power, points to herself, and who doesn't, and then, like, hides the fact that she's pointing to her husband. And he, like, I think catches her doing this and nods along and goes, yup.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I only watched the movie twice last night.
Yeah, it seemed like he caught
I don't know. Yeah. But it was still just like a weird, like, I just let it happen when I was watching it. But now that we're talking about it, I'm like, what the fuck was that about?
No, I found it so odd. I think that the dad is texting Dunkers every day to keep an eye on him
Yeah, of course.
because they've been friends. Jody and Dunkers have been friends this entire time. Now they're in a relationship and he's like, ooh, I gotta keep an eye on this guy, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on. Anyway, there's that video of Jody and Dunkers, and he goes, "We're never gonna break up. We're never gonna break up." And then he makes Jody say, "Yeah, no, never." I mean, that's like kind of how it goes.
And we see
Yeah.
this video when he is sitting in the bathroom, flipping through all these videos of him and Jody. Stieg sticks his head in and is like, dude, you've been in there for an hour and I can hear you watching these videos. So he's been in there for an hour watching videos of him and his ex-girlfriend, and Stieg just whips open the door and sticks his head in.
Right in. What's he trying to see?
Hey, Dunkers, you need any help in here?
Hey, you jacking off without me, buddy? That's our thing.
That's why we have the twin full beds.
Yeah.
Twin full beds.
Bunked full beds.
However, on this rewatch, I do think they might be twin sized. They look bigger than a twin, but smaller than a full. So I don't know what's going
They're
on.
3/4 bed,
Definite.
like Windsor's bed.
Oh, that's true. I need to get a 3/4 bed.
You had a 3/4 bed?
Yeah, now I have to get a new one because I'm getting a new bed frame from the 1800s.
Your mom said a full-size mattress will fit. We gotta
Let's
not talk about
go. Big W.
that.
I'm staying full size, folks.
Full size. Sorry. Dunkers, cuck, asshole. Anyway, this guy, we're never gonna break up. Like, I've been in a relationship where I'm like, oh my God, I love you so much. I want to be together forever. Saying I want to be together forever and we're never gonna break up are two different things.
Making sure he's recording or saying it.
Yeah.
While on like a carousel going, we're never going to break up. Psychotic.
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 We've
been together
Aren't we?
3 months. I know they've been friends their whole lives, but you've only been dating 3 months.
Yeah. And she never seems that into him. Not once.
Not that we
She
see. Well,
seems
we don't get to see.
excited.
We don't get to see the good side of their relationship. That all happened off screen.
Yeah. Right. He says our relationship was doomed from the start with the yes, no, and then she wrote in maybe.
In 2nd grade, when he asked her out, she wrote in maybe.
God, this guy's gonna
Jesus
kill
Christ.
her. If I was Steve Zahn's watching him and making sure he's not around the house.
Yeah. But genuinely, she always has to manage his moods.
Yes.
Like, he will literally be like, do you really like me? And she's like, yes, no, of course I like you. And he's like, okay. And then, like, if she doesn't do it well enough or, like, believes him when he's like, oh, yeah, you can go run your lines, then she's punished for it.
Yeah.
And it's, like, so manipulative and, like, fucked up.
And at first, when the movie first started, I was like, oh, okay, you know, his love language or whatever is gift giving because he gave her the shoes in the last movie. They're always talking about like presents they got each other.
He's giving
And
her
then in
smoothies
this-
every day.
Smoothies every day. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But then in this one, when she's going in for her first rehearsal and he gives her an electric kettle, a box of throat coat, like all of this crap. She can't even carry all of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a bit much. This is feeling like love bombing.
Yep.
She's trying something new without him and he is scared.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, that's what I got. Anything else?
Bye Bye Birdie is not like that.
Yeah.
It is not like that. The opening number that they show is, and I'm no Bye Bye Birdie expert, but I've seen it. The movie and the stage show, and that's just not the opening number.
Correct.
I, again, don't believe that Kim and Conrad are the romantic leads of the movie. Kim has a whole other boyfriend in the movie who's her actual boyfriend.
Yeah.
Conrad's just like Elvis.
Yeah.
And what about, the fucking English teacher and Rosie and stuff? I'm like, they're just not there.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they're performing a selection of songs and scenes from Bye Bye Birdie, and they're not doing the full thing. They couldn't get the rights. Maybe there's a national tour going on. And it also sounded like shit.
Yeah,
It sounded like absolute dumpster fire dog shit.
That's how I describe it. Yeah.
They were like, musicals from the 1950s when they just sound like pop music from right now today.
Yeah.
Oh, that pissed me off. I said to your friends who we watched this with last night that it's like when Ashley Tisdale sings "Kiss the Girl" from The Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
It's that, but bad.
Well, it's an interpretation of
Yeah.
yeah.
And that is allowed. Art, shift, change,
Sure,
interpreted differently. This is a school production you need to get a license from MTI or Samuel French for. That is not how it works.
Period.
That is not how it works. You can't change it.
Sure.
They're gonna get sued for this shitty fucking production of Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've made Troy Bolton ass posters of Jodie that are hung around the school. Again, Kim McAfee, like, not the main character in Bye Bye Birdie. Like, it's just not fucking clicking for me.
She's also the most popular public speaker in the area. So she's a big draw.
I forgot.
You loved her
forgot.
from Homecoming. She's also gonna talk in this.
I do like that they let Ava dance.
Yes.
That's what I was missing from the first one. And I said it before, she should be dancing more. Like, it was all too easy for her. It made the choreography look bad, how she was doing it with such ease.
Yeah.
It was too simple.
It put the spotlight on the other weaker dancers in the cast.
Yeah. And her singing's fine. We know she has a singing career because we've all watched my YouTube video about BTV. But I don't know. She had a song in the credits. Did you catch that?
No, I don't think
She had like an original song in the credits. Didn't make the movie. Ooh. And there were plenty of times where they could have used her song over whatever shitty fucking music they were putting in this movie. I did enjoy the Bye Bye Birdie motifs throughout, like when they would just play the instrumental to Got a Lot of Living to Do. I thought that was fun and cute. And then they would start singing and I was like, no, you sound terrible. And it's just upsetting. And Ava, it's not your fault. It's whoever fucking transcribed this music. I don't know. It's bad. And I loved seeing Schnipper on the stage crew.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep. Do you want to? Is this what this movie meant to you?
No, that was just my thoughts on Bye Bye
You
Birdie.
can keep going if you want.
I'll keep going. I think this is an amazing addition to the story of Tall Girl.
Sure.
We finished Tall Girl, and I was like, I'm not done with these characters. I need more. There's more to this story. And they gave it to us, and I'm satisfied. I don't need anything more.
Tall Girl 3?
I don't think we need Tall Girl 3. We already have it. It's called Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. These are actually prequels to that. Yeah, just had so much fun watching Tall Girl. And we watched Tall Girl 2 right after we finished recording the episode. And then I knew we were doing this today. I had a different movie picked out, and I'm not going to tell you guys what it was. And I was like, no, we have to do Tall Girl 2 instead. Executive decision had to be done. Then last night I sat down to watch Tall Girl 2. Windsor wasn't home, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I did when I watched it with you. And then Windsor came home, and I finished watching Tall Girl 2, and what did we do? We ran that shit back.
Yep.
We ran that shit back, and I watched Tall Girl 2 back to back.
Yep.
So that was my third viewing in the last month of Tall Girl 2. Second in 3 hours. And Windsor had his friends on Discord.
That's true.
And we were streaming the movie, and suddenly I enjoyed the movie again. I was having a lot of fun. So I do recommend the Tall Girl franchise. I recommend watching it with the people you love.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
What else did I have to say? This isn't really what it meant to me, but Sabrina Carpenter's character is 8 years older than Ava's character in this movie. They said that, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I seriously thought she was 1 to 2 years older.
Yeah, I don't think that's the same in the first movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll have to go back and watch it
Of course,
again
yes,
to
we
get
will.
the answers.
Many times. Yeah.
But yeah, she says at one point, you've been here every day since I was 8 years old. And I was like, what? Not 3 years old?
Yeah.
So that means, I think Jodie's 16. That makes Sabrina 24. Just something to chew on.
Sure.
And that's all I have for right now. I'm sure I'll think of more and cut you guys off.
Please.
I'm wearing my JoJo Siwa hoodie because I wanted to wear something else Dance Moms related, and you will not catch me wearing the ALDC logo, even though I do have that shirt for my Abby Lee Miller costume. I respect Ava too much to wear that logo while discussing the work you've done.
Sure. What this movie meant to me is my high school put on Bye Bye Birdie.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. My sister was in it, so yes, I am familiar with it.
Who was she?
I think she was just ensemble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but fun little movie, the good songs. You wouldn't know it from this movie, but they are.
They show a little bit of the telephone hour, which is the big Bye Bye
Going
Birdie
steady.
number. Going steady. Going steady. And that was okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All good stuff. What's the matter with kids today?
Kids, I don't know what's wrong with these kids today. See, I do know Bye Bye Birdie.
I know, you
I
do.
really wanted to be Ursula Merkel, but I never had a chance to do Bye Bye Birdie.
Damn. Sabrina in this is incredible. Even perhaps better than the first one.
They were giving her less to work with,
that's
and
the
she
only
was
issue.
still doing as much as she possibly could with it. And thank God.
Ava comes in her room and she goes, I've been having some negative self-talk. Sabrina gets up, goes to the window.
I was worried this day might come.
Dramatic as fuck.
Every time she receives new information, she receives it in the most dramatic way possible.
Yeah.
So good.
It's good.
So
Dramatic
good.
and serious.
Dramatic, serious, hilarious.
Hilarious.
I like when she's playing chess with herself.
In that shirt,
It's so funny. Yeah, that's a good shirt.
she's just wearing her own clothes.
It's
like Sabrina Carpenter's
Yeah.
clothes. She had to have worn that on the red carpet at some point.
Maybe.
it's one shoulderless side, one giant sleeve,
Puffy.
puffy
Yeah.
sleeve that comes down. Like the opposites of what sleeve options are.
Yeah.
And then she's wearing the jeans, but with the boots.
She's wearing jeans with that shirt, by the way.
She's wearing jeans with that shirt, and then she's wearing the boots that come up to her knee, and the jeans aren't ripped, but the boots are denim ripped jeans.
Yeah.
And they're heeled.
And they're healed.
Sorry, we paused and
We-
went back to
yeah.
watch it a few times to make sure we
Iconic.
took in the whole outfit.
Iconic.
And she
It is
looks like
incredible.
Sabrina Carpenter. Like she looks
Yeah.
so Sabrina Carpenter in this movie, so much more than I thought the first one.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. We didn't talk about this during the first one at all, but I went to New Orleans last year.
Yeah.
My brother graduated from LSU, so I went down to his graduation in Baton Rouge, stayed in New Orleans, and it was nice. I did Bourbon Streets, I did all those fun things. And there's a art installation there, and they show it briefly, and I went, oh, I saw that when me and Jenna were watching, so that was nice.
Cool.
Yeah. The Mississippi River boat is where I had my prom, but just on the other end of the Mississippi.
This is what I thought you were going to say when you brought up high school as your first thing. That's why I went, oh.
No. My high school experience was so similar to Tall Girls. You have no idea.
And we talked about your time on the boat because it was your, I believe, Titanic themed prom.
Yeah, Titanic themed prom.
On the boat.
On the anniversary of the Titanic sinking. Well, okay.
April 12th.
Frankly, iconic.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I mean, probably seems right to me. Sometime in April.
I used to run trivia games as a job, and that was one of the questions. I'm pretty sure it was April 12th.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, after we did our Titanic themed prom, we had Pompeii, which was Pompeii themed. And then they said, we have to keep doing disaster themed proms. And there's really only so many disasters that are PC to throw a party about.
Yeah.
So
no one wants to wear the Hindenburg outfits.
You could do zombie apocalypse. You could do like fake ones.
Well, then they did COVID prom, and then they said, so you guys see this isn't funny, right?
Yeah.
I was always very anti because I thought it was stupid.
It is stupid.
And my high school friends were like, well, one day you'll tell people about this. And I'm like, I got plenty of things to tell people about. I don't need this.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
The Titanic sank on April 15th.
God.
But I was mixing up. I
Damn it.
knew it was
Tax day.
1912.
Oh, 1912.
And that's where I
see.
messed
That's
up.
where the 12 comes in. Yeah.
And that's why I got fired from my job as a trivia host.
Yeah.
As
Oh,
a
well.
joke. No, I didn't. You guys didn't even fucking laugh.
Yeah. Well, we were confused because we know you didn't get fired
Yeah.
from that job.
Yeah. Everybody has negative self-talk. I don't really have too much of an issue with it. But I started.
We know.
Yeah. But like years ago, I saw this thing on TikTok that was like, hey, if you struggle with negative self-talk, start saying I love you to yourself after you make a mistake. And now I do this, and it's like kind of awful. It's like way worse than negative self-talk. Because if it was like I like dropped my toothbrush onto the bathroom floor, I could be like, oh, you fucking idiot. And then I'd throw out my toothbrush and go get a new toothbrush, and then that would be it. And I wouldn't think I don't think it would affect how I thought of myself. But no, I drop my toothbrush on the bathroom floor and I go, I love you. And you just feel like a fucking moron. It makes you feel so much worse, but I've created this habit for myself and I can't get out of it. So anyway,
It's so stupid.
it's so stupid. Awesome. Don't ever listen to TikTok. They have no good advice.
No.
You have negative associations with loving yourself.
I do. It's true. Okay. Windsor, what did this movie mean to you?
Nothing.
We had such a fun time watching it last night.
True. This means that I called up my former guest to the show, Robin Lazara,
Oh yeah.
and streamed this movie to her. Don't tell. Hey guys, don't tell Netflix. And we watched it, and I suggest if you do watch it with friends, they should be funny ones.
Yeah.
Because we all enjoyed the film
Mm-hmm.
and its many eccentricities.
We had to keep rewinding because we were laughing and talking.
We're talking over the important, many critical plot points.
So there are some parts of this movie that I've seen 4 times in the
Of
last
course.
month.
And yet, somehow, not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah, this doesn't. This is
You never have negative self-talk, Windsor.
Not as depicted in the film Tall Girl 2.
true.
I have complex psychological issues, anxiety, depression, all that shit. And none of that did I see reflected in the film Tall Girl 2.
Mm-hmm. Well, you would be leads in school musicals. Any type of feeling towards that part of the movie?
Yeah, stage frights for real.
We had a lot of traditions. None of
Yeah.
them involved burning things, but we threw food at each other a few times.
Yeah, and again, none of these memories were once evoked by the film Tall
No.
Girl 2, despite them technically, yes, depicting things that happened to me. None of what happened to
feel
me
like it.
really got brought up
Yeah.
by what they were doing. I was so much more concerned about Dunkers and
Donkers.
Stieg and the kind of
I'm afraid Dunkers is
surrealist-
going to get his hands on a gun and things are going to go real south.
Exactly. I was watching a surrealist comedy, so when they mentioned real life things, it didn't seem like it related to my actual real life. It's not like I was watching them do Bye Bye Birdie and being like, ugh, just like my first time walking out on stage.
Yeah.
To sing the solo in the middle of the stage at the beginning of the show.
Again, that's like 3 scenes in. Like, I just...
It's like, yeah, like if it evoked anything, it evoked all the different ways I dealt with these scenarios and still doing karaoke and stuff, none of which were presented
Mm-hmm.
in the movie Tall Girl 2.
Did you like it?
Loved it, man. 4 stars on Letterboxd.
Instant 4 stars.
It's just 4 stars, didn't even hesitate.
No.
Yeah, I liked the film for all the reasons we discussed. And I think Dunkers, yeah. I think you should chill the fuck out and calm down and apologize.
Do you
for
think
the
he's
way-
acting out because he hasn't seen his parents at the same time in at least 3 months?
Yeah, what is going on with those guys?
Yeah.
His home life is in
It's chaotic.
disarray.
It's chaotic, and
He's looking for stability.
he's looking for attention.
Attention.
Unfortunately, and he feels that fighting is a way to achieve attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's mostly what this movie ends up being about.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how realistically it displayed a high school breakup. So
Yeah.
often you see them as trying to represent larger emotions than are realistic to high schoolers, and in this one they're just like, let's break up, and it's like, okay, then they break up, and the next day she's making out with Tommy, and they're not like, oh my god, she didn't wait long enough. They're like, that's what happens when you break up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
liked it.
true.
Yeah.
Yep,
Cool.
good movie.
Yeah. Good movie. Let's hear what the critics thought. Let me tell you, the critics didn't even want to watch this.
Why? Tall Girl 1 was so good.
Yeah. So we have not our usual cast of characters, but instead we have the state press from what state? Arizona. I believe it is a college newspaper, and I
At
support
ASU?
at ASU. I have to assume, and I support college journalism.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
So let's hear what Shraddha Krishnamurthy has to say about this. She says, bland, uninviting sequel to an even blander original. Okay.
So she implies that this one is in fact better than the original.
Less bland at the very least.
Yeah, she's just saying this is better. She says it's a hackneyed plot devices, tonal inconsistencies within the last film.
Just the fucking negative self-talk voice in her head. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's so
hackneyed
different.
is the technical term for that.
Yeah. She says the plot line was contrived to all the boys did it, but the series had a smash success of its first film behind it and could afford to rest on its laurels. Tall Girl 2 had no such thing.
That's why I feel like I vaguely remember when this was announced, everyone being like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Because no one really liked the first Tall Girl.
Yeah.
You know? So it is surprising that they were able to make a second one.
Mm-hmm.
But
it feels like
thank
a
God they
kind of social media SEO approval, especially like when it was made.
Mhm.
Just like there was like, okay, people know Tall Girl, and that's enough to excuse a sequel.
Yeah.
They said, we know this Sabrina Carpenter girl is going to blow up soon. So we
Yeah.
got to get her here one last time.
Yeah.
That like might literally be it.
It's a little early. It's a little early, but yeah.
Yeah. She says, although the acting is marginally better, the film is still held back by its poor writing.
Yeah.
I would say that that's pretty much where all the errors are.
Mm-hmm.
The back and forth between comedy and depth leaves the viewer feeling confused. I didn't feel that way.
It reminds me of the panic attack scene, which just felt so weird, out of place, and unrealistic.
Yeah, I mean, I literally did just say that the comedy distracted me so much I couldn't really deal with the depth.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And when it's funny, it's funny. You know, like there are
Yeah.
some great lines that
Such as, you ruined 3 birds.
because I'm sorry, I didn't know about the codes, or I'm not up to date on my codes. There's good stuff. There's gems in there.
There's
You
gems
just
in
got to be
there.
able to find them.
Yeah. All right. We have the AV Club. Jesse Hassinger says the grounded comedic chops of Gluck exhibited on American Vandal. Here it turns to intolerable, forcing both characters to act with confusing thoughtlessness.
I love American Vandal, and he's great on American Vandal.
He is, but confusing is the exact type of thoughtlessness I would describe as happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly successful at rehabilitating other supporting characters. Yeah.
Farida.
Yeah.
Like number one.
Mhm.
I'm glad she was a main character in this one.
There's no obvious need to bring Stieg back.
Right.
Well, they let Farida kiss Steve.
No obvious need to bring Farida back, and instead they go, we're going to expand both characters and have them kiss because that's more fun.
Sure.
Exactly.
I like that that's what happened.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Me too.
For real. Yeah. Stieg, the foreign exchange student who caught Jodie's eyes and broke her heart last time around, has become enthusiastically contrite, desperate to ingratiate himself to Jodie, Dunk, and forever underdeveloped bestie Farida.
Hey, Farida had some development this time around.
Yeah.
And I like Steve. I was glad he was back.
Yeah. I mean, I thought his plot made sense in this. What didn't make sense was last time when he like totally like threw Jodie under the bus. Like that seemed completely unprompted.
And he's been spending the last 3 months groveling for it, and Jodie's the only one that's forgiven him.
yeah. Yeah.
He said he replaced having a social life with watching Queer Eye.
Huh. Sound like anyone else we know? Anyway. Jesse says these minor subplots are probably a side effect of casting a 97-minute movie like a 4-season TV series. I got no problem with that.
I got no problem with that.
Made me want a third movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would, I mean, the Schnipper spinoff.
Schnipper Takes New York.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. And Kimmy can come and guest star a couple times. We can watch her continue to grow and become less of a mean girl.
Yeah.
It's the number one plot we're worried about.
Yeah.
No, I'm obviously more worried about Schnipper and what his name is.
Yeah.
Too true.
What is it? Jesse says director Emily Ting favors a combination of pastels, warm tones, and high key lighting that either accentuates heavy makeup or simulates it. The characters often look dolled up, their faces washed out, even when the colors around them pop.
I did notice that Jodie specifically seemed to be wearing a lot more makeup and was just dressing a lot more feminine in this movie. And I'm wondering if that was like she was only dressing as, you know, a basketball player in the last movie because she was so insecure. And now she feels able to express herself. And I was like, is this the same girl we saw wear a suit to an ugly ass suit to homecoming
suit,
3 months ago?
Yeah. Well, she's wearing like Farida's clothes a lot.
Yeah.
She is. And like those crop hoodies are cute. But yeah, she's like wearing a lot of dresses and stuff. I don't know. I feel.
Yeah,
Like,
she is.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. There's a sweetness to this movie's multiple storylines about teenagers earnestly, supportively pining for each other. And a neutered prudishness, too, about how none of these 17-year-olds seem to think about sex even for a second.
Okay, we've all watched Disney Channel original movies. Get over it.
Yeah, it's a kid's movie.
I
It's a kid's movie.
assumed they were all having sex.
Well, we know that Dunkers and Stieg jack off together every night.
Yeah.
And that's why he's so surprised when Stieg kisses Farida and tells him about it, because he's like, Farida's never come up in our jack-off sessions. He like you could see the surprise in his face when he climbs down from his bed to sit on Stieg's bed. He's like, Farida.
when he pops his little head and looks straight down like a bat.
Yeah. That part scared Mason. He went over Discord. He was like, "What is that?"
Yikes. Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it's sweet. I really did like Schnipper and Kimmy's little subplot. They do make up at the end. Like Schnipper watches Kimmy help Jody out of her panic attack, and he's like, "Wow, you have grown." And it's like he wants to be her friend. He's just like, "I know I shouldn't be because you're kind of a terrible fucking person."
Yeah.
You know, there's that. There's Stieg and Farida getting together. Like, I do like how much they expand on the other characters, and that's why I wanted a sequel.
Yeah, sure. Jesse says Netflix's teen-targeted romantic comedies have at least one thing going for them. They've successfully maintained multiple subgenres largely abandoned by the major studios.
It's true.
Yeah.
This is the same era as To All the Boys I Loved Before, The Kissing Booth, as we mentioned before in the last episode. So, yeah.
Yeah. Jesse says one potential advantage to an ongoing series of teen movies is the ability to acknowledge the roller coaster tumult of growing up and how stories of youth don't necessarily feel resolved just because prom, graduation, or the school play happened. Yeah. I think that's a good point, and I think that brings us to our next section, impact on the genre. Do we consider this a chick flick? I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Yes.
It's a sequel to a chick flick.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. What I find interesting about this movie is this was very much like a COVID film. This was filming in April of 2021.
Yeah, it's like one of the first back.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, you know, they really wanted it to happen. They had the funding all ready to go.
And that's why they're all having so much fun on set, because they haven't seen other people in
Yeah, right.
months and like a
Right.
year.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the reviewers mentioned this, but like Netflix did really find its young adult niche. And yeah, like doing this about issues that Gen Z and Gen Alpha care about, like negative self-talk and panic attacks, I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Netflix, you know, will sometimes phone it in, will sometimes just like kind of make bad stuff, but like at least they are trying to think about the audience that they're making this for.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely very variable, but this is certainly one of the good ones.
Yeah, they were trying. I again can't emphasize enough how bad I thought the negative self-talk was done.
Yeah.
But they tried.
Yeah, they did.
And it's a real thing that kids care about and deal with.
Yeah.
So
True.
Yeah. That's everything I have. So
thanks for letting me do Tall Girl 2, guys.
no problem.
I'm glad this was the first sequel we ever did.
Sure.
That wasn't the Twilight Saga : Breaking Dawn - Part 2.
Yes. Well, cool. Thank you everyone for watching and listening. Thank you to Atlas Renee for art, Shishkin Productions, Brianna Harley for music. Next week, we are watching The Women, the 1939 original, not the 2008 remake.
Da Women.
The Women.
The women.
Follow us on social media. We have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and Letterboxd at FemFeaturedPod.